Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to the Arabic and English Academy, Lesson 2. Today we will be going over 10 vocabulary words and the next 4 letters in the Arabic alphabet. And after the lesson, you are to complete the exercises that go along with lesson number 2. So let's begin. Okay, so we're going to continue on our list of vocabulary words of human body parts. Today we're going to go over another 10 words in this list. The first word we're going to go over is face. Face in Arabic is wedge, 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 face, wedge, face. The second word we have is finger, and finger in Arabic is isba, 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 finger, isba, finger. The third word is foot, and foot in Arabic is qadim, 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 foot, qadim. The fourth word we have is hair, and hair in Arabic is sha'r, 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 hair, sha'r, 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 hair. The fifth word we have is leg, and leg in Arabic is rijl, 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 leg. Sixth word we have is lips, and lips in Arabic is shafayif, 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 lips, shafayif. The next word is mustache, and mustache in Arabic is sharib, 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 mustache, sharib. The next word we have is waist, and waist in Arabic is khasira, 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 kha, kha, khasira, khasira, خاسرة 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 خ خ خ خاسرة 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 waste خاسرة waste. Next word we have is palm. Palm in Arabic is kaf 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 palm kaf kaf palm. The final word we have for this lesson today is gum and teeth. And gum and teeth in Arabic is لثاء وأسنان. لثاء وأسنان. لثاء وأسنان. لثاء وأسنان. لثاء gums و and أسنان teeth. لثاء 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 و أسنان أسنان أسنان. لثاء وأسنان gums and teeth. لثاء وأسنان gum and teeth. So today we're going to be going over the next 4 letters in the Arabic alphabet, and just in this lesson it will be 4 just because there's 27 letters in the Arabic alphabet. We just need to add an extra one for a lesson, so we did on this one. And the first letter we have is tha, and tha is basically the equivalent of the English th, so as in the word that, tha. And its initial form is very similar to the ta. We have the 2 curves and even the 2 dots. However, we're going to add an additional dot over the 2 other dots, just like that, as you can see. So it's very similar to the ta in appearance, except we add 1 extra dot over the two we have right here. That's how it looks in original form. Now, in a word, the beginning form of the letter tha looks just like this. And we have the curve right here. We go through the bottom. We're not going to curve it back, as you guys should remember. And we dot. We add all our dots, just like that. That's the beginning form of tha. Okay. The middle form of the letter tha, we have the connector. Go up for the curve, connect again, and we dot. And that's the middle form of tha. As you remember, the connectors don't have to be a certain length, just average size, average length. And finally, the ending form of tha, we have the connector. We go up for the curve, go through the bottom, and we go up for the curve. Basically initial form, and we dot. Basically initial form, just with the connector right here. Okay, and that's the letter tha. Okay, the next letter we have is Jim, and Jeem is basically like a GJ sound in English. It's like in the word regime. It's not quite a G or a J, it's a little of both. And its initial form, we start off kind of drawing like a 7, except we curve it at the bottom, and we dot it here. This is Jeem in initial form. Okay. Like I said, it's like in the word regime, Jeem. Okay, that's initial form. Now, in a word, in the beginning of a word, this is where we're going to see the first big differences in the forms of the Arabic letters. The first few we've already been over, share a similar appearance in forms, their forms. Now, for Jeem, the beginning of the Jeem, if it's in the beginning of the word, we're basically going to keep its beginning. Like that. And we go through like that a little to connect. And that will be right there. Okay, you can imagine it's basically the bottom part of it's been cut off. If you can imagine the bottom, choose a better color. If you can imagine the bottom part right there, if we didn't cut it off, just like that, except it's cut off and it looks just like that. You know, just like that. You can imagine how initial form would look, just like that with the yellow. We cut that off, we leave it just like that. If it starts at the beginning of the word, it changes form. Okay? Now in the middle of the word, it's going to be similar. It cut off a good bottom of the half basically. We have the connector on the right, make the head of it, and come back down for the connector. And we're going to dot it right here. That is a Jeem in middle form. Okay. Jeem in middle form. If you can imagine how it would look if we didn't cut it off, basically we'd have it right like that. You can still kind of picture its initial form. It's basically just cutting off the bottom. Okay. That's middle form. For end form, it's going to share its initial view as most letters do, but we just as usual need to add the connection. We go up with a 7 and curve and dot. Okay, that's end form. We just basically have to add the connector. It has the initial overall look as initial view. As you can see, just this is basically what we're adding on is the connector. Okay, that's Jeem in initial, or that's Jeem in final form. And that's all the forms we've been over Jeem. Next letter we have looks very similar. It is Ha, and Ha is basically the equivalent of the English H, except heavier, like ha, makes a ha sound, a little heavier than the average English H, and it's just like the G, except no dots, just like that. Okay, that's initial form. Now, in a word, it's going to share basically the exact same rules as we just saw with Jeem, except we're not going to dot. Okay, because the dot's not in initial form as you saw. Okay, so in the beginning of the word, we have the head right here and connect. Okay, helps you to imagine initial form. That's basically what we're cutting off. Of course, it looks a bit different, but you can see it pretty well. It's just because the slant of the top Okay, beginning form. Okay. Now middle form, we have connector from the right, make the head of the hat, connect the roof to the left. Okay. Here's initial form, if it helps you see a little better. The head's a little tilted, but I mean, basically look like that. It's just a little tilted, just based on the size of the marker of the pen. But you can see the overall, it shares the overall initial form. We're basically cutting off the bottom, keeping just the head of it. Okay, it's a little easier. Draw it like this. It's basically the exact same, just makes it look a little more like initial form if it helps you. Okay, because initial form would look like this. So it's very similar. The, as you can hear, is just a little slanted, a little higher. It basically changes like that when you're writing. Okay, so that's how you will recognize it. Okay, and end form, we have the connector, then original form. Okay, as you can see, very easy. Okay, just connecting, then we got the original form. Okay. Okay. Now the final letter we have also shares the same overall look. We have the 7 with the pot belly sort of look, and the next letter is Ha, and it's basically the equivalent of an English KH. Ha, 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 ha. And the only difference here is there is a dot, and it's going to go right up here. Okay, so this is the initial position of the letter Kha. Okay, and we will go over how it looks in each position. Okay, so in beginning position, we have what? We have the overall head, the usual head, and a little connector here for the rest of the word. Okay, and the dot. We've basically cut off the bottom, as usual, as you recall. We do with the others. Basically cut off the bottom. The head's slightly tilted, as you can see. It doesn't look perfectly like initial form, but basically all we did is cut the bottom. If it helps you memorize it a little better, see it a little better, clearer. Okay, and middle form for Kha, we have a little connector there, we have the head, little connector there. Middle form of Kha, we have a little connector there, we have the head, little connector there, and we dot it. Middle form of Kha, initial form, basically just taking off the bottom. Okay, and end form of Kha, we have connector right here. We go up, finish the just like initial position, and dot it. Okay. And this concludes this session of the letters of this lesson. And this concludes the letters session of this lesson.